Stand by to initiate release sequencer. On my mark. 5,
We're on express elevator to hell. Going down.
2, 1. Mark.
Welcome back to the Resupply with me, Guy Next Door.
And me, DK.
Bring
Only
you...
DK, nobody else.
No one else. Bring you your double tap of all things Space Marines and Laser Force. Hello, everyone. Hello to you, Twitch. It's nice to see you guys, as always, on a crisp Saturday morning / afternoon for me, I suppose. / Friday night / whatever time zone it is. And actually, I'm going to talk about time zones shortly, but yay.
Taking the start on those fucking things.
It's grand final day. It is grand final day too. Ooh, are you guys gonna watch it somewhere online? You guys should watch it in the Discord. I might watch it in the Discord. What time is it on? All these questions probably best served for Google. After
this
the
is great radio, though.
Yeah. As you guys can see, we lost our homeless friend. He is not joining us today. Dan's feeling the pinch of life as a transient. He's taking the week off. He's getting his mind and his body and his spirit aligned for the charity stream next week. But so you'll have to make do with me and DK, which, to be fair, he's the brains of this whole operation. So
some days,
maybe
less so today.
I'm just a mouthpiece. Stallion's also finding
more power to Than. He should get out of that room once in a while.
yeah, it's poor guy.
Honestly, good that he's getting out and exploring the Portland and Oregon area generally. So
yeah,
we'll give him a pass.
Yeah, we'll give him a pass. Sometimes you gotta, find your chi, if you will. Find your chi. Stallion, I did see that it's also All Blacks Wallabies tonight, final game. I think I will watch that in Discord. So if anyone wants to watch that game with us in there, feel free to.
I actually thought that's what you were referring to when you said it's grand final day. So what's the other grand final you're talking about?
So the other one is
I'm too embarrassed to ask.
Is the sport that really only Victorians care about. This is Aussie Rules grand final weekend. Yeah. Have you ever watched Aussie Rules?
Yeah, when I was down there.
Yeah.
You guys, I was like, this is like rugby and the NFL kind of had sex and their kid came out a little weird.
It is bonkers. It's such a bonkers sport. But I really like it. I've been to a couple of live games with our D&D crew. Yeah, it's pretty awesome actually. The atmosphere is pretty crazy. When you get 80,000 people crammed in a cauldron, they can make some noise. It's pretty awesome.
Indeed.
Yeah. The kit certainly isn't anything related to NFL. Yeah, you could probably not get further away, because they wear the shortest of shorts and a singlet. That's pretty much it. Yeah. Have our short fucking shorts. True story. I'm real surprised actually you don't see more spillage in a lot of these ball sports, if you will.
Hey man, if you get the nice spandex on the legs, really hug on there. Like my bike shorts are like that. They ain't nothing coming out of there. But...
Spanx, right? You get your Spanx.
You know, basically Spanx for men.
That's right. Yeah. Ball sport. You got me too. You got me.
Why does it have to be for men? Don't be a sexist, DK. Spanx is for anybody. Why you gotta genderize it?
That's the new
I'm
campaign.
Canceled.
Spanx for everybody.
Spanx for everybody.
Let's pivot away from ball sports. We've boy oh boy, it's been busy in the Resupply studio, shall we say. I use the term studio very lightly. This week I have been cooking up all sorts of stuff. As many of you know, a week from today, in fact, we'll already be a couple hours in at this point, but a week from today, the annual Resupply marathon charity live stream will be happening right here on the Resupply channel. I'm so excited about it. I've put in a bunch of work to hopefully make it enjoyable for everyone to come and hang out. We are obviously raising money again for Starship Children's Hospital. This year we'll be streaming for 24 hours, which is terrifying for me because I could barely stay awake for 12 hours. But yeah, I'm so excited. It's going to be really awesome. But I thought we'd talk a little bit about some stuff that we've got planned, and also just a couple of housekeeping things, and then we'll get into some well thought out Laser Force content.
The most well thought out.
So the last 2 to 3 hours of the stream might be a slow drool out of your sleeping mouth. Yeah, I am actually legitimately.
I've seen this man fall asleep on like a 20-minute car ride to get to someplace, so this whole 24-hour thing is bold.
Yeah.
It's bold.
To be fair, I was suffering immensely from heat stroke at the time. And what made it worse was that I didn't have my glasses on that trip, and we couldn't see anyway. It was terrifying. Actually, I wasn't in the car with you. That one, I was.
You weren't in the car with me,
I was with Taco, I think.
Other car rides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Than's still jammed in his van. Than is broken out of his van to get some fresh air. He needed to ground himself in nature. So he he left the van for some spam. Than is Sans van now free van. Perfect.
All right, you win. You win. He should get as much as possible, take advantage of the nice Oregon weather while it lasts. Because I'm like, he's moving into his house in early November. That's when yeah, okay, you're gonna be inside for a while now.
Is it just rain, or do they get snow up there?
There will be a little bit of snow, maybe like 1 or 2 days a year, but not really anything serious.
It's too coastal,
they had
right?
The most. Yeah, and just temperate, low elevation, that kind of thing. It doesn't get that cold. It was honestly the last year I was there, they had their most severe cold weather and snowstorms they had in decades. So I'm like, okay, so clearly you want me to leave. I'll be taking my leave now.
You're just sending me some signals. Right on. Well, he should really take up disc golf because Portland has some really good disc golf courses, but I mean, yeah, it's a good excuse for
fucking hipsters.
So to give you an idea of charity time zones. Now, what's really irritating is that this year daylight saving is proving to fuck things up a little bit. We'll see. So I think I've worked this out correctly. We actually here in New Zealand start daylight savings tomorrow. So our clocks will go forwards an hour.
Well, you picked such a great week to do the charity stream.
Oh, dude,
change clocks.
So what I've done is I've tried to work out the time zones for all the different places that people watch us from. And I'm not convinced that I've got it right, but I'll give it a hoon.
I wouldn't be confident either.
Hey Stans, what's going on? Okay, so the time that will start here in New Zealand is 10 a.m. New Zealand time. Now, I believe this means that in Australia, along the eastern seaboard, it will be a 7 a.m. start for you guys. Because I don't think at that point daylight saving is kicked in for the rest of Australia. It actually kicks in at 2 a.m. that night.
Why would it be consistent? Why? So does that mean that Australians get 25 hours of your content?
Yeah.
Or is it 20?
Oh, wait. 23.
Are you shortchanging your Australian audience?
Wait, I don't know if that doesn't track. Yeah, so it moves around the stream. And what's even worse is that it doesn't move consistently for everyone in Australia. So it'll be a 7 a.m. start time for the eastern seaboard. I think, so given that, I didn't work out Perth. I thought I worked out Perth. I didn't. Sorry.
No, Perth doesn't exist. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's only Shawnee over there.
Perth is a conspiracy theory.
As far as I'm aware, I think that means that it's an 11 p.m. start time on Friday night for our German and Czech Republic audience. Ducky's in Perth. That's right. Oh, poor Ducky.
Lies. Nobody's in Perth.
10
Your
p.m.
government is lying to you.
10 p.m. Friday night for the UK. I'm pretty sure 5 p.m. Friday night for the East Coast in the US. 3 p.m. in Colorado, I think.
Well, wait. What time? You usually start at what time? Your time?
10 a.m.
Our normal resupply show?
1 p.m.
It's normally 1 p.m. for you.
Yeah.
So it's moving forward to be 2 p.m. But then we need to go back a few hours. So now 5 seems like it's too late. I feel like it's earlier in the day.
All right.
Because normally, like when we start the show, your time is 6 o'clock my time. Next week would be 5 o'clock my time.
Yeah.
But if you're saying that you're doing this a few hours earlier, then it should be scaled back a little bit.
Okay. Wait. On the East Coast?
No, West Coast.
Yeah, I said the East Coast. 5 p.m. Friday night on the East Coast. Yeah? Does that track?
Well, then I'm happy to have just thrown a monkey wrench into the operations. So like 2 p.m. for us. Yeah,
2
sure.
p.m.
That's
2
close
p.m.
enough.
You guys. So
just tune in at some point. He's gonna be on for 24 hours. You just fucking find him.
So what I'm gonna do is tomorrow, because it'll be relative tomorrow. I'm gonna put an announcement in our Discord, which will have all of your displayed local times. So check out those times to make sure that you get it right. I think I've got it right, but I'm not convinced now. DK has like thoroughly confused me, but I'm pretty sure it's 5 p.m. Friday afternoon East Coast time, 3 p.m. Friday Colorado, 2 p.m. on the West Coast. I think that's right.
That's sounding right.
All right. You're clearly reading from a page. Just share the page. No, I'll do this. I will. Who's in the Eastern Seaboard? Good morning to you, Mum. Who is the Eastern Seaboard for Australia? That's pretty much what? Sydney,
like everybody.
Melbourne, Brisbane. That whole side. I don't know what time it makes it for you in South Australia, but
Queensland is one of those states that doesn't do daylight saving, I believe.
So I learned recently that in Adelaide they have a half time zone. So like it's a half an hour.
That's illegal.
I was so smugly. My mom was telling me the time, and old smug son here was like, no, you're wrong. And she's like, I live here, motherfucker. I know what the time is.
Mom, let me mansplain time to you right now.
Yeah, I got forever being schooled by my mother. She's a good teacher. Stamps, what do we talk about? Talk about some housekeeping for the charity stream next week. I can't wait. It's gonna be great. Hey Yappy, what's up, dude? Keep an eye on the Discord. The Discord will tell you all. Adelaide is 30 minutes and 20 years behind Victoria and New South Wales. So yeah, the stream will run for 24 hours. Apparently, in some cases, possibly 23 or 25 hours, depending on where you live. There will be, and we've talked about it ad nauseum, but I'm gonna talk about it again because I'm very excited because they turned up this week. So your child is typing stuff. It's good.
That's how we write our scripts for this show. Don't worry about it.
For every $10 that you guys donate on the day, and if you would like to donate now, you can. Donations are open. !donate or !charity in stream if you want to donate. That'll take you through to the campaign page. But there are two main prize giveaways. The first, I am donating from my personal Lego collection. This right here. This here is the Lego Stranger Things upside down build. This build is by far my favorite display piece. It's so cool. You can actually display it either way around, or the halves come apart and you can display like as two houses. It's real cool. Really, really cool. So
pretty sick.
For every $10 that you donate, you'll go into the draw to win that. The other grand prize is this bad boy right here. This, my friends, is the PlayStation 5 Horizon Forbidden West console bundle. So again, for every $10 that you donate, you get one entry into the draw for both of these grand prizes. That thing has been sitting in my house for a week, and I tell you what, it's utter torture not to just rip it open and start playing with it.
No, Stallion. It's because you're in the southern hemisphere. To people who live in the correct part of the globe, that was right side up.
Yeah. That's a good one. But yeah, so every $10 you donate during the day will give you one prize entry into the draw to win one of those two grand prizes. Now, there is a bunch of other prizes that will make available throughout the day to kind of get you in the mood for spending some money. If you want to try and win some of those prizes, again, every $10 that you donate, that to go into the draw for those prizes will also get you entry into the grand prize draws. So you don't have to choose one or the other. You can, donate to win one of the other prizes, and you'll also get grand prize entries, which is kind of cool. There are a couple of sponsored prize packs. We got prize packs from our friends at errorbeans.co, !error in chat if you want to check them out. But they do some delicious coffee. And the other prize packs, the other prize packs are sponsored by our friend Podgy Panda. Podgy Panda is a local artist here in New Zealand, and he's graciously donated, I think it's 6 or 7 art pieces, 4 or 5 prints, and then like 3 originals, I think, 3 or 4 original sketches. So there's a bunch of prizes throughout the day. There's also a couple of Toothpick Steve themed prizes, which we will announce throughout the stream. I don't want to give them away just yet, but I'm very excited about them. But yeah, there's
a question. Will Error Beans be supplying your IV drip for this 24-hour marathon?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I will be mainlining that delicious goodness right into my system all day.
Brush it up and snort it. It goes faster that way.
So as part of the festivities, we won't talk for too long today because I've got to do some more filming today, but we're gonna film some more stuff that'll keep you guys entertained during the day for when we go on the breaks, as we have done in the past. Normally take a 15-minute break every sort of 3 hours or so. Send you some of our new injectable line. Yes.
You got like your little spoon.
Yeah. What's this called? Oh, this is called a short black. Short black tar is what it's called.
There you go.
But yeah, I'll be doing some filming this afternoon. Some really ridiculous shit as well, which I really can't wait to show people. But the day is going to be long, but it's hopefully going to be entertaining for you all. In terms of a schedule, I'm going to release a schedule in the Discord for you guys to check out. But the rough schedule will be, we'll start off with some Portal 2. Me and my better half will be playing some co-op Portal 2. I don't think Dan's played Portal before, so it's going to be an interesting experience. After that, we've got a board game stream. We'll be joined on stream by our friend Manbro Lees. He's coming around to play some board games. We're going to play a game called Above and Below, which has some storytelling elements to it. It's kind of like real entry-level D&D. Which, we have played D&D. We played D&D last year.
You're like after last year, I need to take a step down. It's just too hard.
Yeah, it's too hard. After that will be Mario Kart 8 on the Switch. That is an open invite to anyone who wants to come and play. Obviously, there's 12 spots available for Mario Kart. So if you have a Switch and you have Mario Kart and you want to come play, feel free to let me know in Discord and you can come and play with us during the charity stream. When is the next SM5 D&D one-shot? That lasts 8 weeks.
That's only 4.
we should do one. Perhaps we'll do one next year. Because I've got some stuff already in the pipeline for next year, but we'll do
Give
this
me
year
enough
first.
advance notice to write it.
Yeah. Followed after Mario Kart, we'll be playing a game called Drink More Glurp. Essentially, that game is kind of like an Olympic style game, but you're like these little ball people. It's pretty hilarious. It's all physics based. Utterly frustrating, but utterly hilarious. That one is also an open call, so if anyone wants to play that game with us, you're more than welcome to. After that, we've got some Fall Guys. The Broforce will be joining me on stream. We'll be playing some Fall Guys, followed by some Fortnite with the Broforce. 4 a.m. we'll kick off Ultimate Chicken Horse, which I haven't got the lineup of players for that just yet, but I've got some.
It sounds appropriate for 4 a.m. though.
Yeah. Old Chicken Horse. And then after that, the final game of the night will be Golf with Your Friends. Again, if you want to play Golf with Your Friends with us, and you have Xbox Game Pass, download that game, come and play that with us to finish out the night, or the day, I guess. That'll be the last game that we stream, and that'll take us to the 24-hour mark. So, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that's coming. I can't wait. It's all very, very exciting. Good excuse to play video games with your friends, really. Ahoy, Lucy. How are you? Nice to see you. So that's pretty much how the day's gonna run. It will be a laugh. I'm sure there'll be some tears at some point. I know that Starship Children Foundation means it means so much to a lot of people in our community, more than I actually thought. You know, we have friends who either they wouldn't be here or their kids wouldn't be here without the help of Starship Children's Foundation. So it's such a worthy cause for you guys to donate to. I'm really glad that we chosen to donate to them again this year. But yeah, come and hang out and have some fun with us. It's gonna be great. Are you around next weekend, DK? You gonna tune in for a little while?
I should be around for at least part of it. Next weekend is also my mom's birthday, so I'll probably be dealing with some of those festivities as well. But I'm sure I will find some time to over that 24-hour span to pop in, say hello, talk some shite and whatnot.
Yeah. Check out the mental state of your co-host. Yeah, but I can't wait. It's gonna be really, really fun.
Right. And get the coffee enema ready.
That's a thing, right? People do that.
That is apparently a thing. I suggest that you put it somewhere on the Wheel of Doom, but that's just my suggestion.
I mean, I did forget to mention that the Wheel of Doom will be making its triumphant return. I'm not looking forward to the Bean Boozled again. I don't mind. The waxing sucks, but it doesn't last as long as Bean Boozled, man. That haunts you forever.
There's an aftertaste.
Oh, it's so gross. I actually almost vomited a couple times. It was brutal.
Well, that'll be great for the members as well.
Yeah, exactly. First individual tournament happening on Tuesday and on Wednesday at another Dom site. That's awesome, Lucy. Anytime you get to play.
Another week, another tournament that Lucy gets to go to.
Yeah.
I'm just burning with jealousy.
Yeah, me too. hot rage. Speaking of hot rage, we've got a couple of gripes with you, Laser Force. We love you. We really do. But there's a couple of things, you know, that we feel that we can bring to the table to make your experience better. We started off our pre-stream meeting with a bit of a conversation, but how do you remember how we started? I don't really recall how we started there.
Yeah, because I think your watch kept talking to you.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, no, I see technology that talks to me. I don't fuck with that. I don't want a watch talks to me. Alexa, you can forget about that shit. That is 100% spying on you. No, not gonna do it.
Yeah.
So we just got off on that, and then it's thought like, yeah, I don't want technology talking to me. I don't even like when My laser tag vest talks to me, or at least not when it talks to me too much.
So when you say too much, what really grinds your gears?
You have 37 shots and 23 lives remaining. Why are those numbers important? Like you might as well just say, "Hey, you're doing great. You can stay out and attack for a while." Like that's basically all that. So
If you had it your way, because the suit really does at the most inopportune moments. Like if you're hiding at the end of a game, trying not to get eland, and your your suit starts telling you shit like, your team is behind, or you've only got, 8 lives or whatever. That stuff's really annoying. Don't forget the targets. I've got no shots, suit. Okay, leave me alone. Yeah, it's not ideal. It's not ideal for it to be telling you. The idea was to kind of have it go off like, when you need to know the information, right?
yeah, when you're at say low and critical amounts of something, I mean that just seemed like a nice logical thing to put in.
Yeah.
It wasn't broke. Why'd you fix it?
Didn't
But I had
sorry, you go.
no go.
I was gonna say, didn't it used to only say low and crit, right?
Yep.
Back in the day, it was just lives low, lives critical. Hey, Jindy, you have 2 shots remaining. Shut up, suit.
Killing me.
Especially given that Gen 8 has a counter on the back of the gun. Like, it doesn't.
Yeah. So who is that for? You're broadcasting this to my enemies. I don't need to know. I can see what the thing is.
Hey, DK, I'm here for you. Okay, thanks, suit. Appreciate you. Can you leave me alone? What would you like for dinner tonight? No, I'm dealing with the Space Marines right now. I don't need to plan out my my meal plan for the evening.
And at the very least, it needs to not happen during like missile lock and shit like that. There is nothing that will drive me insane faster. Because, like, sure, I feel like I know how long a missile tone lasts. I've missiled enough times in my life, but you never know. Stuff happens.
Yeah, it does. It's more of an off-putting. So like, if it happened while you were like you were trying to lock something, it just throws your concentration out. So the timing gets. So you usually will pull it too early. I don't know about you, but yeah, that's...
I think that did actually happen in Syracuse last year when we were playing Wolfman's team, and he was playing a 3-hit. I think he was probably commander. He ran out of shots, which I heard since his vest very nicely told him he was out of shots. Figured out. So I told him I'd make a deal that I'd just play honorable and we could just try to missile each other. I wouldn't use shots on him if he can use shots on me. And we started locking each other, and I'm pretty sure he got another indication that he didn't have any shots left, and it threw off his thing, so I was able to missile him, and he didn't get me. He was so mad. He was so mad.
It's so off-putting. It's really off-putting. And like, yeah, seen as it tells you on your gun, there's no reason for it to broadcast, across the internet that you have no shots. It's not very nice, suit. Sort your shit out.
Yeah, well, I had like 2 thoughts about this too. I had an immediate thought that I thought would be cool, and then I realized why actually it probably, one, isn't practical, and also probably wouldn't take the game in a very good direction. I was like, what if you could go into like your own member settings? So anytime you log in, it will save this information about like what cutoffs you want your vest to actually tell you things. Like you can just toggle on and off. Like, do you want all your information shots and lives, or how about a setting that's like just low and crit, and you can just check that box or something like that, or just don't tell me at all. I have a visual thing, and I was like, well, if there were a setting though to like turn off all those indicators though, that would actually be kind of a competitive advantage for people. Like don't say anything, and it would kind of skew stuff in that direction, and it might like inadvertently punish players who might for whatever reason want more information given to them. But like if that becomes a competitive edge, so Like maybe not no notification, but I do kind of wish there were like a setting you could toggle where it's like, how often do you want, and just tell me when I'm low or crit
Yeah.
or something like that.
That,
And I
that
don't even know I don't even know how many missiles I have. I only have I can count to 5. All right, like that I could at least keep track of.
So I quite like that as an idea. That would be a really cool thing. And whilst maybe it gives you a competitive advantage over someone who needs them on or whatever, it's still your choice. Like you can still choose to do that. And I think if you're bringing new players through, if you can teach them, like we learned, to listen to your suit. I find that's one thing that people that play now, um, that are starting now, or newer players now, that don't pay attention to stuff that's happening on either through the sound on their suit or the sound coming across the loudspeakers. There's so much information that comes out in the audio, but you know there is definitely that too much information. So yeah, having the ability to toggle, even if it was toggle on off, or I don't know, it'd be a hard one to kind of to work out. But yeah, custom sound alerts or whatever on your suit, because I mean, surely it's not that hard to add it as a screen on the back of the gun. But you know, why would they? Why would they do that? The public don't use it, so why would they put the time into developing it? It's a shame. Stupid public.
You just have to get Scorpion sufficiently interested in improving something for Brisbane League play, and
True.
that's the real advantage that we have as a system.
Yeah. The head developer plays the competitive game that we play.
Yeah. And like side note on that too, I'm sure that there is stuff that gets sorted way faster, especially for stuff related to SM5, because of that. Because they play regularly in Brisbane, and the lead programmer plays that game. So it's like, oh yeah, if there's a bug, let me get on that. If you just had some like rando computer engineer who didn't play the game, but you just outsource stuff to, for a game that is very niche within a community, like we'd never get bugs fixed.
No.
For SM5, right? Yeah, that would be so low on somebody's queue.
Yeah,
nobody would care.
Well, yeah, the company as a whole probably wouldn't. Yeah, they wouldn't care about it. They're like, well, no, like we would rather service the customers that like actually bring us money, which is the.
So I guess that's a long-winded way of saying, thanks, Scorpion.
Love you, Chris.
We have complaints. Don't don't think that we don't appreciate you.
He's like, oh yeah, is that how you feel? Okay. Scorpion already has it, just doesn't release it. What, the sound toggle? Son of a bitch.
Thank you.
Love you, Chris.
I think he's messing with you there.
Yeah, I think so. I think we did a episode, or at least I think we talked about it on a previous podcast. Now that I've sort of said it out loud, about the amount of information that does come out over the loudspeakers and come through the suits. But
Super
it is
important.
Yeah, it is probably worth bringing up again, because I think there's a lot of people now. I talk on behalf of our site here in Auckland. I know that there are a lot of people from our site who don't hear what's happening over the loudspeakers, and so therefore, like, the only reason why they know there's a nuke dropping is because their gun tells them now, their suit tells them, enemy nuke activated or whatever it says, rather than listening for the tone. Which means because they don't hear when their own team is dropping, they miss important cues, like potentially going on a base run, or
be in this place when the nuke drops.
To set it back. Well, I suppose again your suit tells you, but lots of like get into a position where you can like run into a resupply and potentially kick them out of a reset point. Just it really perplexed me actually, like how a lot of new players, or not even that new, like there's a lot of our player base that just don't know they don't hear the nuke tone at all. Yeah.
Well, and the one that Stallion brought up too, I remember that there was, and I think it was like the last year that we played in Sacramento, that sound clip came over.
Yeah.
What are we supposed to use, man? Harsh language. And I was like, hey, somebody's out of shots.
shots.
And somebody next to me was just like, how'd you know that? I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, right. Like you, like, because unless you explain to somebody, unless you literally have played, 1,000 plus SM5 games like we have, and it's just, oh yeah, I know what all those things are just because I have the muscle memory and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're new and those are sound effects you don't hear in a Gen Pub game and you just don't have the experience. Yeah, so that's what like registered for me as, oh yeah, there are certain things that I need to explain to newer players that are things that I don't even remember I need to explain because they're so in the background and they're so second nature, and it has nothing to do with like how to actually play the game. It's just additional info that informs those decisions.
Yeah. And yeah, it's like you said, it's stuff that comes after playing, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of games. And I suppose I could probably look at myself as a reason why our players don't understand or don't hear the sound, and that's because, being one of the senior members here, I haven't taught them to listen for it. But I think because you get to cause we have explained it in the past, but I think we get so used to just relying on the suit sounds now that that it just doesn't register as anything important for people who might be newer to the game. Solid line for being out of shots. Do we have the audio cues that are in circulation written down? It may help newer people sort of learn them. It's not a bad idea.
I don't know if I have a list. I feel like I could probably get most of them other than maybe like one or two that I forget about because I'm not playing on a weekly basis, but I'm sure I could probably find some way to write those down.
Yeah. Also, but when sites like Syracuse change their bloody sound alerts, yeah, it's pretty rough.
Ooh.
Yeah. But I suppose
more like Sarah Booze.
I suppose grand final day, ladies and gentlemen, drink responsibly. I suppose it's one thing to bring them up, but it is another thing to actually actively get people to listen out for them, because if they're not used to it, they'd be playing for a while. Like we've got people who've been playing for some time, but haven't really had to pay attention to the sound alerts. We might be at the point now where a new generation of players just don't hear the sound alerts. Yeah, which would be a shame because like you said, you learn a lot from the sound clips that play during a game. That you will kind of influence how you play any particular situation. Good sound design is everything. True story too. True story. Going back to things that I reckon they should add to the suits or subtract in the case of your suit being a loudmouth and giving away, vital information to your enemy. I reckon they should find a way to implement some sort of camera mounts on the equipment. They did it in Brisbane. They put a solid bolt into one of the suits so that they could shoot their footage on their 360 cam, which was so cool, man. I loved that footage. It's so good. Having that as standard means that people can, have the ability to record their own stuff, which in a world full of social media, I think is pretty important. If people are like, this is cool, I went out and I played a game of laser tag, and they put it on their Facebook, or they put it on their Bebos, is that a thing?
Yeah, just making up sites, man. With the Bebos and the TikToks and the flip flows.
I put it on my Twitters. But stuff like that is potentially good for marketing. It's guerrilla marketing, right? Comes to the Laser Force, more suit messages. Would you like to post a TikTok now?
Fucking kill me if that happens.
you share it with your Google circles? I forgot that was a thing.
Oh man.
Did you ever have Bebo?
The all-time flop. I don't know what that is.
This Bebo, I was sure Bebo was going to be bigger than Facebook. Bebo came out just before Facebook, and I was like, Facebook sucks. It looks garbage. Bebo's the future. Bebo's where it's at. Cut to 20 years later, you're like, what's a Bebo's? Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, camera mounts would be really, really cool for the suits, I think. And maybe
I guess you'd have to put them like right here, like they're fucking police body cams. And you just watch everybody just brutalize a party full of 8-year-olds.
Maybe that's why they don't, right? Like, maybe it's a liability thing. They're like, oh, my camera broke because a kid ran into it, and now I'm suing you for damages. Like, well, yeah, I don't know. It would be pretty cool to have that ability, though, to record your games. Even if they are... Actually, that's a bad idea. I was going to say, even if they inbuild a camera...
Like, we're just spitballing here, so some of these ideas, these are legitimately half-baked ideas.
What they should do... I was going to say, they should just put cameras on the suits, but that's a terrible idea. You don't want that. Yeah.
Is that one that points straight down, directly at people's crotches?
How would that be useful, man? I don't know. It would be. Camera mount would be cool. I think camera mount would be really cool. Given that that we've been talking a little bit about like the future of broadcast for Laser Force, that seems like a logical place to go with it. Have the ability to actually broadcast video from the suit. But you need good Wi-Fi to do that, as I've been finding out, which is really...
Yeah, Van down by the river would not be able to handle that.
No, he's already getting, moved along due to surveillance cameras. Excuse me, sir, you're going to have to move from here.
Speaking of cameras, goddamn surveillance state.
Yeah, can't sleep anywhere anymore. It's bullshit. But yeah, I think that would be really cool. To kind of add. I don't know if I couldn't really see where the next kind of step for the next generation of Laser Force equipment would go, because the biggest thing for a long time was they should put touchscreens on the back of the gun, or not even touchscreens. It was they should put LCD screens on the back of the gun so you can see your score and stuff.
And eventually they got cheap enough to do that.
Yeah. And not only like just the visual, but like, touchscreen. It's crazy. I remember playing at a laser tag. I'm not sure the system, but there was a laser tag at Dreamworld in Australia, and they had a little LCD display on the back of their guns, and it just showed you your score and your position in the game. And I was like, "Oh, that's so high tech, man! They should. I don't know why Laser Force doesn't do this. It's so good." Boy, I'm glad that they waited. It's so much better now.
Yeah. True.
Well, I don't know if you had any other stances you wanted to take with stuff that you would add or subtract from the suits. We've found that the rubber molding on the guns actually took a real beating over COVID. The chemical...
I saw that for the first time when I was at Syracuse last year, that it was kind of wearing away on a couple of the vests, and I hadn't seen that before because I don't get to play hardly ever. So
yeah, it's a real shame because it does make the guns themselves look a little shabby. Having flappy rubber bits on them, and when you grab the gun without the rubber bits on them, they don't feel as nice. But yeah, I think it's possibly due to the amount of cleaning products that were applied to the rubber that just degraded them so much faster than
maybe.
Yeah.
And to be fair, it's not as though like the Gen 5 through 7 guns didn't get like chipped on corners with that hard plastic form, like jagged edges that you would stab into yourself every once in a while. So I think it's not as comfortable with that little rubber strip is a relatively minor complaint by comparison, but
my hand
it's something.
My hand is sticky.
Versus, oh look, I have a gash all the way down my arm from when you jabbed me with the side of your broken gun.
My hand is sticky from blood. Yeah. Was it AVPX? I'm not sure too. It was some garbage. Some non-laser force bullshit. I don't know. I can't remember what it was. It might have been that. They had, I think the guns were quite big. I don't know. It was a long time ago. Yeah, that's one thing that I would say that they should look at reasonably soon, because I don't know if they actually do replacement molds for those. I think you have to replace the gun, which, like, that's crazy to me.
I gotta have replacements for those, because I mean they're separate pieces. I mean, if they assemble the guns in pieces, they should have more of those.
This is just what I hear through the grapevine, not through anyone in particular.
Okay.
But I don't know. There's just a rumor I heard on the internet, so I'm gonna propagate it as true.
Yeah, I'm like, granted, they are like more niche pieces that maybe you wouldn't have lying around the way that like the rubber tips of the phasers from previous gens were. Because I mean, we had like whole bags full of those in the tech room. It's like, oh, one of those broke, okay, just pop on a new one. But those molds are a little bit more specific.
Yeah, for sure. They're a little more form fitting. Yeah, did you have anything else off the top of your head? That you
I'd like somebody to explain to me what happened in the last episode of Rings of Power, because it seemed like nothing happened. An entire 73-minute episode I watched, so I don't know what's going on.
Man,
you meant about laser tag? No, I don't have anything else.
I haven't watched any yet. I'm waiting till we get through the plethora of shows that have suddenly rolled in. Did you ever watch Winning Time on HBO? The Lakers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we just started watching that. I love it. It's so good.
I mean, obviously, take with a few grains of salt, because I've read several tomes about the 1980s NBA, but I think they capture the kind of spirit of it in that very Adam McKay-ish sensibility.
Yeah, it's good. It's good entertainment. I'm not looking at it as a documentary.
It's so hilarious that Jerry West like sued the producers for portraying him the way he is. It's like, Jerry, you realize that by suing them, it actually makes you sound more like you are a crazy, angry old man, right?
When we're going through that, we've been watching season 2 of Reservation Dogs, which, if you haven't watched Reservation Dogs, great show. My god, it's so good. Great show. We watched She-Hulk, because why not? I'm enjoying She-Hulk.
Because why not?
I'm enjoying She-Hulk.
Great 3-star Amazon reviews.
Dogs cannot make reservations, no hands. That's very ableist of you, Frosthammer. I can't believe you've said that.
This is the worst thing anybody's said since my thing about male Spanx.
You like She-Hulk too? Me too. I'm digging the show. The once you get past the CG, I really like it. It's really like entertaining.
Once you get past the CG, what else is there in the Marvel universe?
Good storytelling? Gosh, put those eyebrows away, old guy. You're so furrowed. Anyone else watching Welcome to Wrexham? No. Just Wrexham. No. I don't know what that is.
Damn near killed him.
Andor's just come out. I'm looking forward to watching that. We've been watching an animated show called We Bare Bears, and it's awesome. We also watched an animated show called what is it? Bee and Puppy Cat, which if you like to partake in substances, you might like the show.
Steve, was there a preparatory ritual?
Not for me. Not for me. I watch it like straight, because I actually thoroughly enjoy it. But if you like a good time, watch that show. She-Hulk amused you greatly. Honestly, think it's a great way to portray. Yeah, it's good. I like it. It's good. I can't remember what else we've been watching, but that's pretty much it. We've just, there's not a whole lot happening this week aside from the charity stream. We already talked about that, so yeah. At this point,
at least we're watching like one or two of the same shows.
Yeah. And of course, House of the Dragon, which is upsetting a lot of people. Which cracks me up because, you know, it's not like Game of Thrones was much different. You hear Airdrun is this fantastic cyberpunk anime. Oh, I did see that's come out. Frost Emily, watch Bee and Puppycat. You'll love it. It's great.
But I would say, like, with House of the Dragon and Rings of Power, overall, I like how both of them have been so far, and I think that people have been way too over the top with their complaints. The last episode, so I guess we're on episode 5 of each show now, I was not the biggest fan of, and I felt like some of the stuff's getting a little weaker on the edges, but overall, I'm still fairly optimistic.
It's entertaining, right? Like, and that's what you want from a show, like, to be entertaining.
Well, and really, it's just a way of saying, like, I probably would have made different creative choices if I were in charge, but I don't write for television. Who's taking my advice? Who the fuck? Why do you fucking care what I think?
Yeah, like, I'm surprised that people even watch our shit. You know, because we definitely prep all of our content in advance, like, you know, good content creators. All right, look, we're gonna get out of here now. I've got, like I said, I'm still building stuff. I'm still building towards greatness for the charity. Well, greatness is probably too high of an expectation. I'm building towards mildly entertaining. So I've got a lot of.
I'll even upgrade that to moderately entertaining.
Ooh, I'll take that. So I've got a lot of filming and stuff to do this afternoon, but just rest assured that the charity stream next week is gonna be fun. I hope you guys really enjoy yourselves. I'm enjoying myself putting all this creative energy into making this really entertaining. The only thing I would ask is that you be a friend and tell a friend. Start the hype train. The hype train's already moving. See if we could get some more people on board of this hype train, and make it our best time so far, raising funds for charity. I haven't decided what will happen this week yet for our regular streams. We will see how we get along. I'm like I said, things are kind of busy at the moment, but we'll try and make some time.
Maybe rest up for that.
Just
throwing it out there.
Yeah, we'll see. Actually, we'll watch you at Lasers because you'll be on work on Saturday. Ah, sweet, Lucy. That's awesome. That'd be kind of cool to, like, if it was me watching a charity stream or watching a marathon stream, having it on, like, in a public place, or, like, you know, having it on at work if I work retail, probably inappropriate, but, like, also really fun. Yeah.
Mommy, there's a man getting waxed on TV.
What the shit are you got playing in the background? All right, well, look, that's enough for us this week. We're a week out. Oh, I'm so amped. But for this week, I've been Guy Next Door.
I've been DK.
Dan's not here. Always remember to backtrack, kids. We will see you next week for 24 hours. Ka kite anō. Have a good day.
I've been throwing daggers in the night. I've been chasing all the stars, stealing all their lights. The cut so sharp, cut so deep. If they seem to hit their target, must be what we reap. 'Cause you don't know what I know. You don't feel the way I feel. All these places I wanna go makes me wonder if my looks could kill. I've been throwing daggers in my dreams. If they seem to hit their target, it's harder all these places I wanna